What do you think are the biggest opportunities within healthcare that employers ought to be seizing on?
So I do see this, and I so first of all, the really getting your hands around the data, the stuff is coming at so fast. It's coming at us, AI is coming at us fast. The amount of data that that's gonna produce and understanding what insights you can draw from that is coming fast. So getting your arms around that, I think, is really important. I think coming at this from the experience is also really important. The people that I see being really successful with this, and you've talked to a bunch of them, they're all out there, right? And this was kind of where we had success at the energy company was how do we think what is the experience we want people to have, right? Within a cost contained
Mm,
structure. So again, I'm back to the what can we do and how do we optimize that experience? If you deliver that, generally speaking, you're going to get the results that you want. And then working backwards to, okay, so what can we do? How do we drive these how do we make this real? And then the other thing that I will say over and over and over again is you have to communicate. You have to do it appropriately, but there has to be a level of transparency around this that says, "Here's what we're doing and here's why." So that people do understand. They might not like it, but at least you're getting buy-in, right? This is not consensus, this is about buy-in, and those are
right.
two really different things. So I think communicate, focus on the experience, and start with data, which are themes that I've heard over and over on this podcast.
That's right.
And
So
then follow up with the data, right? You have to close the loop so that you know where to go next, which is this is probably the biggest thing that I see teams fall down on. They do
hmm,
stuff, they get it in, they launch it well, they do it right, and then they just leave it alone. They never come back to it because they're on to the next thing.
oh god, that's like normal Homo sapien activity. What is w in coming back to something, what do we need to do when we come back to something post-launch?
Well, you gotta have a plan, first of all, right? Your plan should always include the when are we coming back? What are we looking at? That's that assessment framework, right? And
Right?
then also bring in where are we today as an organization? Are we still in the same place around this thing or are we someplace completely different? I've been part of, when I was in that role, we had senior leadership change that, we went from an environment where we could not use the word stress. We could not say mental health, right? It was all very kind of uncomfortable to say those things to a leadership team that now the CEO ends his messages with links to the EAP, right?
Oh,
Messages
wow.
take care of yourself.
That's
I
a
mean, yeah.
cool what
So
a
very
cool
different
concept.
place 5 years on than they were when they started the process. And so what that's done is opened the door for them to bring forward a lot of the great thinking and a lot of the great strategy and all of the great things that were developed with great intention to do all the right things and save money, but it's in an environment where now it's accepted.
Wow.